Hi everyone, it's Agnieszka Murdoch from 5 Minute Language. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So today's video is about common mistakes English learners make when they use the present perfect tense. The present perfect is quite a confusing tense. It doesn't exist in every language, so sometimes people struggle to understand when to use it and when not to use it. So we're going to talk about 3 common mistakes that English learners make. Let's get started. Also, if you don't follow me on TikTok, make sure you do that. I post mini lessons every day, so there is a lot you can learn over there when you're learning English. I've included the link to my TikTok in the description box, so make sure you check it out. Okay, mistake number 1 is confusing since and for. So they are 2 different things. For example, it is not correct to say, I have lived in London since 5 years. You use since to talk about the point at which the action or the event started. So for example, I have lived in London since 2012. 2012 is the point in the past when that thing started. So me living in London started in 2012. So I have lived in London since 2012. When you want to talk about the period of time between when something started and now, that's when you need to use for. So for example, if you want to say 5 years, 5 years is the period of time, then you should say, I have lived in London for 5 years. So remember, since is to talk about the point when it started, and for is to talk about the duration of the action or event between when it started and now. Okay, the next one is another very common mistake that English learners make when they use the present perfect, and it's actually they don't use the present perfect when they should. So instead, they use the present simple. For example, it's not correct to say, I live in London since 2012. Instead, you should say, I have lived in London since 2012. It is confusing because I have lived in London means that I also live in London now. So it's a sentence about the present in a way, but it's also about the past and the whole period of time between 2012 and now. So you shouldn't use the present simple tense in this situation because you're talking about the whole duration up until now and about now. So instead of saying, I live in London in 2012, you should say, I have lived in London since 2012. And the third common mistake is when people use a specific date or time in a sentence in the present perfect tense. So for example, I have bought my car in 2020. When you talk about a particular event that happened in the past and you're not talking about the present at all, that's when you need to use the past simple. So for example, I bought my car in 2020. So when you're talking about that particular time or date in the past, you can of course say, I have bought my car, but then you wouldn't indicate when exactly it happened because you're talking about something that has just happened probably. I've bought my car. I've finally been able to buy my car. I have bought my car. So you're not going to use a particular date or time in that sentence. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and follow me on TikTok as well. And I'll see you next time. Bye.